What's scarier, the monster you can see or the one already in your head, whispering your darkest fears? And what makes a horror villain truly terrifying? Come step into the shadows with me, and let's find out together. Hello and welcome. I am Angelo, and today we're tearing into the black heart of horror villains. Those creepy bastards who make you triple check the locks and pray for dreamless nights. From mask-wearing maniacs to charismatic cannibals, these freaks turn cheap scares into the kind of dread that sticks to you like gum on your shoe. But what exactly makes them tick? And why do they still haunt us long after the credits roll? Get ready, because we're diving deep into what makes a villain truly unforgettable. And heads up, we're slicing into The Shining, The Silence of the Lambs, Halloween, It, and A Nightmare on Elm Street, so if somehow you've managed to avoid these films so far, spoilers ahead. Alright, enough chit-chat. Let's dig in. Look, crafting a horror villain who's actually scary is like trying to spook a cat on Thorazine. Good luck. Modern audiences? We're jaded. We've binge-watched Stranger Things, laughed at Zombievers. H.P. Lovecraft nailed it when he said, "The oldest and strongest emotion of mankind is fear. And the oldest and strongest kind of fear is fear of the unknown." That's the gig. Nailing that what the hell is going on panic. Too many flicks half-ass it with generic baddies. Another dude with a machete? Really? Or they lean too hard into the gore and forget to sprinkle in some psychological terror. And look, I love gore as much as the next guy, and not every film has to be Hereditary. Please don't be. But if you want your monster to be memorable, there has to be layers. A real villain needs to claw into your psyche, not just wave a weapon. So how do you craft a monster who haunts dreams and delivers for audiences? Let's break it down. Great villains don't just scare, they burn into your brain, usually because they tap one of three key buttons. First, backstory. Take Jack Torrance in The Shining. He's a dad, a writer, barely holding it together. Then the Overlook Hotel sees that, takes advantage, and flips his crazy switch. His shift from regular stressed out guy to "Here's Johnny!" that taps a very real fear. What if someone you dearly love suddenly wanted you dead and was actively trying to kill you? It's not about the axe, it's the betrayal. Alright, now listen up, because here's the trick. If you want to show your villains fall from grace, give them a past that's relatable, but gives them a weakness. Something that ultimately paves the way for the darkness to consume them. Then maybe they're wronged, maybe they just snap, who knows? Make it human, then make it hurt. But a word of caution. Hint at the past, or show a glimpse of it. No info dumps. We're making monsters, not James Bond villains. Here's another option, unpredictability. Hannibal Lecter in The Silence of the Lambs is a masterclass in this. He's a shrink, he's cultured, he's charming, and he might eat your liver with a nice Chianti and some fava beans. You never know if he's gonna psychoanalyze you or snack on you. That chaos keeps you on edge. Pro tip for this kind of character, don't let your villain follow a script. Throw in a wild card, give him a quirky habit, a random act. That makes him feel alive and dangerous. Then there are real life fears, like seemingly random acts of violence. Michael Myers in Halloween is a walking void. No motive, no backstory, just a mask and a knife coming at you. That's Lovecraft's fear of the unknown personified in a jumpsuit and a Shatner mask. He's not human, he's a force of nature. Or take Pennywise from Stephen King's It, a cosmic horror dressed as a clown eating kids.
I am the eater of worlds and of children, and you are next.
That's literally every childhood nightmare rolled into one. His shape-shifting taps into our fear of things not being quite what they seem. Root your villain in something universal. Abandonment, betrayal, the dark, and let it fester. These psychos stick because they're our worst-case scenarios come to life. Now let's talk the king of terror, Freddy Krueger. In the first Nightmare on Elm Street, Freddy's a burned-up child killer torched by parents and stalking teens in their dreams. Creepy as hell, right? I remember when my parents took me to see it at the drive-in back when it came out in '84. I didn't make it 2 minutes into that bitch before I had to turn around and watch one of the other screens. And it wasn't even Freddy that did it, man. It was that damn goat. Look, it was creepy as hell, and it was weird, and it didn't belong there, and somehow 6-year-old me understood that. I was scared shitless and hooked on horror ever since. I digress. In the original Nightmare, Freddy is a literal nightmare. In Nightmare 3, Dream Warriors, he's a fucking rock star. He's not just a slasher, he's a sadistic showman turning dreams into custom-made nightmares. One kid loves marionettes, Freddy strings him up like a puppet and walks him out a window. Another's struggling with addiction, his fingers morph into syringes, and he shoots her up with an overdose. So what makes Freddy the gold standard? Besides my own personal bias, of course. First, his backstory. A predator who not only got away with it, but he came back stronger. Second, again, unpredictability. He's a wisecracking psycho whose killing field is inside your own mind. You can't run, you can't even sleep. Third, he's personal. He digs into your fears, your secrets, your shame, and punishes you with them. Freddy doesn't just kill, he tailors the terror. So what makes a horror villain truly terrifying? It's all craft, not luck. You need a backstory that cuts deep, like Jack Torrance's family man gone haywire, or Freddy escaping justice. Add unpredictability, Hannibal's charming chaos, Myers' silent stalking, or Pennywise's shape-shifting mind games. And rooted in real fears, betrayal, the unknown, or Freddy knowing your darkest secrets. These psychos don't just scare, they haunt, crawling into your brain long after the screen fades. Here's your toolkit. Give your villain a past that mirrors human struggles, then twist the knife. Make them unpredictable with quirks or chaos that keep your audience guessing. And then tie them to universal fears, loss, betrayal, or things that go bump in the night. Above all, make them memorable, so your audience is still checking the closet days later. Now quit playing grab ass and go write us a monster that'll have us all reaching for our shitting pants. Alright, story nerds, your turn. Who's your favorite horror villain? Drop them in the comments. I want to know who really creeps you the hell out. If this got you hyped, don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe, and you might want to check out this video on plot twists. It's a real scream. See you next time.